they're not in their graves.
Episode of Saturday Night Horror Theater. That's right, ghouls and gals. We're back with a new episode of Saturday Night Horror Theater. And on tonight's episode, we're going to be talking about the actually pretty terrible, pretty fucking... You know what? We'll save it for the review. Today, we're going to be talking about Poltergeist 2015.
Something's wrong, Mom.
Gals, if you're nasty, let's jump right into this shit show of a review. I just want to start off by saying that I think this review might be actually fucking cursed, just like the original fucking Poltergeist movie. This is the not once, but second time that I'm recording this fucking video, because the first time that I recorded this, somehow the audio got all fucked up and sounded like a garbled fucking mess. And don't know how that happened, but I'm gonna blame ghosts.
There was a ghost. There's ectoplasm.
Anyway, let's get right into this review. Poltergeist 2015 stars Sam Rockwell, and it also stars this lady right here. It also stars this annoying little fucking kid right here. And it also stars this whiny, annoying little bitch of a kid right here. And it also stars this random teenaged daughter girl character that comes out in the movie that doesn't add any fucking sort of a substance or character or any sort of... She doesn't drive the plot further at all. Her character is like as useless as like tits on the fucking board. This film was also directed by director Gil Kinnanen, and it was produced by a horror icon. Sam Raimi's a horror icon, right? We can say that. It was produced by a horror icon, Sam Raimi, but you could have been fooled. You would have thought that he directed the film if you were watching any of the promotional material that came out in 2015. He was all over all the fucking promotional material. Anytime this movie was getting marketed or getting fucking some TV play or getting any sort of TV spots, all you would see was, from the producers of The Evil Dead and Spider-Man, Sam Raimi. From the producers of Drag Me to Hell and Evil Dead, Sam Raimi. And like in like little itty bitty 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 like white text on the side, directed by Gil Kinnanen. I hate that they do that with films that are produced by high profile like horror people. You know what I mean? Like Sam Raimi is one of those that happens to him a lot. He produced the Grudge film, and like all of the marketing for that film made it seem like it was a Sam Raimi film, which is kind of fucking annoying. Like, if I was the director of this fucking movie, which I wouldn't fucking claim this movie, but again, we'll get into that later in the review, I'd be fucking pissed that fucking some other fucking asshole is getting all the fucking credit just because he's a bigger fucking name. I'm the one that directed the fucking piece of shit. Shouldn't I be able to fucking put my name on this piece of shit? But I guess that's what happens when you get in bed with like a high profile like Hollywood horror icon or whatever when you're trying to make a horror movie. But all right, let's jump right into this. I know I've already said that 3 times, and we're finally going to jump right into the waters, the murky waters known as Poltergeist 2015. Poltergeist 2015 follows basically the exact same plot as the 1982 Tobe Hooper Poltergeist film. It follows the Bowen family, who are like down on their luck, and they're like rich white people poor, if that makes sense. They're like poor in the sense to where like the dad lost his job, but somehow he has enough money to buy like a new house and buy like all these new things, and has enough money to like move his like 5-person family like half across the state and stuff like that. So they're fucking comfortable regardless of what this movie wants you to think. And that's another thing, this movie like drives that point home so fucking much in the beginning of this fucking film. The first half of this fucking movie is like some sort of like melodramatic like Lifetime movie that's about like the hardships of like, you know, raising a family and being like a husband and a dad slash a wife and a mom. And like, I didn't come to watch the Poltergeist movie to see some fucking sort of family fucking drama that doesn't involve fucking ghosts, because for a long fucking time the Poltergeist movie has nothing to do with actual fucking poltergeist. For a good 40 minutes out of like this 93-minute long movie, we spend with like this fucking family and all of their like fucking day-to-day fucking problems and money problems, marital problems, fucking relationships with their fucking kids. And like I get that we have to like relate to this family and they want to like sort of give you some sort of backstory on this fucking family, but we don't need 40 minutes of backstory, especially in a 90-minute fucking horror film. Get to the fucking spooks, get to the fucking scares, just get fucking to it. I swear to God, the first half of this fucking movie is like a long fucking slog. I felt like if I was walking through the swampy waters of like the fucking Shrek swamp or some shit while I was watching this fucking movie. I swear to God, this movie takes so fucking long that I felt like the life force like leaving my body as I was like watching this fucking movie. But even when it does get to the point to where like it's gonna do like these scares or whatever, like even the scares are very like Scooby-Doo. Like it feels like these fucking poltergeists or ghosts or whatever the fuck you want to call them are more interested in like pulling like fucking YouTube level like pranks on this fucking family. Like the only thing they ever really do is like pull covers and like stack up comic books in a weird way and like just, I mean, basically, this family is just getting, like, mildly inconvenienced by these fucking ghosts until, like, they do the big, huge thing, which we'll, again, get into later in this fucking review. But, yeah, this film just, it feels like a poor imitation in every sense of the fucking word. This film feels like if, like, okay, let me break this down into, like, terms of, like, a cover band. This film feels like if, like, the world's most bland fucking cover band ever, it went out there on stage and started fucking performing. This film feels like if it's like the Chili's or Applebee's of fucking movies. Like if Chili's and Applebee's and like those generic like sit down restaurant chains had like a movie brand or movie studio, this would be the first movie that they would fucking make. The Poltergeist 2015, because it is so like generic, so fucking bland. It feels like if I'm watching like a fucking Old Navy commercial. Like it has zero fucking backbone and zero fucking spine. This film just feels like if it was shot out by a studio so they can retain the rights of fucking Poltergeist, so that way somewhere down along the line somebody can make an actual good Poltergeist movie. But Jesus fucking Christ, this film just screams, I'm unnecessary, I'm a cash grab, somebody put me out of my fucking misery. I mean, the film is just so fucking boring, and I just realized I still have that picture of Sam Raimi up. The film is just so fucking boring, and I mean, all of everything down from the scares, the performances, the direction of the film, it's all fucking boring. I mean, any film that makes Sam Rockwell fucking uncharming and like an asshole gets an automatic fucking from me. This film like goes out of its fucking way to like drain the charm and charisma out of fucking Sam Rockwell, who's usually 9 out of 10 times a very fucking good actor. And the reason I say 9 out of 10 times because, you know, some of those times he makes fucking Poltergeist 2015. And I honestly have to say, like, I don't know what sort of direction he was given or what he was told, but it honestly feels like if director Gil Keenan or Kinnan and whatever the fuck his name is told Sam Rockwell, hey, yeah, you know, just sleepwalk through this performance, just give the bare minimum, because that's kind of what I'm going for in this movie. Speaking of giving the bare minimum, I mean, the little annoying fucking kid, girl in this fucking movie, sorry, wrong finger, in this fucking movie gets a lot of fucking heavy lifting in this film. I mean, for the most part, she's kind of like the main character of this film, and holy fucking shit, does she fucking pull an Amber Heard and just shit the bed very fucking badly. This kid gives a bland, fucking hollow, emotionless fucking performance. I think I've seen better performances out of like fucking wooden chairs. Like, Jesus fucking Christ. Like, again, I don't know what direction this child actor was given, and I know I'm aware that she's a child fucking actor, and I shouldn't be this fucking hard on her, but god damn, girl, do some fucking acting. Do at least the bare fucking minimum. She wasn't even doing the bare fucking minimum. It's just fucking insane. Like, it's just fucking insane. Like, I do not know what happened with this fucking movie. But we'll get into that more a little bit later. Right now, we're going to take a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back.
You know, Sleepy Hollow isn't all about horror during Halloween.
Sure, there's the great jack-o'-lantern blaze and Horseman's Hollow.
But there's also the fun 10K run.
There's Lyndhurst Castle and Stone Barns.
Sleepy Hollow is more than just some horror village. Oh, I'm sorry.
Sleepy Hollow Country, where the legend lives. Visit sleepyhollow.com.
I'm the sous chef here. With any luck, I should be head chef by next year. I've got this amazing fiance, who I won't be marrying this weekend. Because I'm about to be in a terrible accident. But really, I should have cleaned up the grease over there. And they should never put the deep fryer so close.
Somebody help me!
And now the babysitter's sick. Recommends his girl. We hire her. So we get home. But then we have to find something new.
Can I have another bag?
Give him a small bag. We're gonna need a bigger bag.
All right, and we're back, ghouls and gals. If you're just tuning in right now, we're talking about the cinematic car crash that is the Poltergeist 2015. But like a boring car crash, like if two old people like car crash into each other. Like if they're going like 5 miles per hour and they kind of just go like... That's kind of like the car crash that this film is portraying. I'm going to go back to what I was talking about the actors just giving bland performances. This fucking little kid right here gives, like, literally, again, one of the most bland, generic fucking performances of all time. She tries to recreate, like, iconic lines. One that sticks out to me the most is, like, when she tries to recreate, or not, I shouldn't say her, when the director of this film tries to use her to recreate that iconic scene where, like, the little girl in Poltergeist has, like, her hands on the TV, and, like, all the ghosts and apparitions and shit are inside of the TV, and they're, like, talking to her and telling her to come inside the TV, and they ultimately, like, suck her into the TV. Spoilers for this, like, nearly, like, a decade-old fucking remake of a fucking classic fucking movie that should have never been fucking made, by the way. But, yeah, whenever this little girl does that, she totally gives one of the most generic fucking emotionless line reads of a fucking line that I've ever fucking seen in my life. This is her line reading of the "they're here" iconic fucking line. She goes like this. She has her hands on the fucking TV and she's just like, "They're coming." Like she doesn't even say "we're here." She's like, "They're coming." And she says it like in the least emotional way possible. If I was a little fucking kid and ghosts were fucking talking to me through the TV and I could see the fucking ghosts and their fucking handprints all over the fucking screen, I goddamn for sure wouldn't be like, "They're coming." I'd be like, "They're coming! Somebody do something! Call the fucking Ghostbusters! Do something!" I'd be fucking shitting in my fucking pants. Not this fucking kid. This kid has fucking nerves o' steel. This little kid was just like, "They're coming, I guess." You know what I mean? And that's kind of everybody's attitude in this fucking film. Except for this little motherfucker right here. This little motherfucker takes the cake of most annoying whiny kid that I've ever fucking seen in a movie. This little kid's entire fucking character of this film is just being whiny and annoying and like bitching and complaining about stuff. So much so that the fucking characters in this movie like call him out for being so fucking whiny and annoying. At one point in the film, the little kid, the little son character, I don't even know his fucking name. I don't even know his fucking name in the movie. I like mentally tried to block out his character because he was giving me like a fucking migraine. At one point, the mom character like literally like just fucking like loses it, and she's just like, I guess we have two babies in the house. This kid right fucking here, and he's like, mom, and he like runs away. I'm like, yeah, way to fucking prove her right. You know what I mean? She just said that you bitch and moan too much, and what did you do? You bitched and moaned. Like, oh my fucking god! I don't think I've seen a more annoying kid since the kid from that movie. What is that movie called? 13 Ghosts. The little kid in that movie was fucking annoying too. But yeah, this little fucking kid. Oh my god, was he fucking annoying? Like, he literally made it hard to watch this fucking movie. Like, he was the hardest part to watch in this fucking movie. Then there's other characters in this film that like you could have cut them out completely and they would have gone unnoticed, unmissed, and just they didn't need to be in this fucking movie. This girl right here, this actress right here, she plays like the older sister character in this film, and oh my fucking god, she is as interesting as a fucking lampshade. She adds nothing to the fucking movie. The only purpose she serves in the movie is to like, again, bitch and moan about technology because this film was made in fucking 2015. So every other word coming out of like any person's mouth under the age of like 35 is like iPhone, technology, Facebook, trendy thing that we're talking about, hashtag this, hashtag that. Like, it's fucking annoying and fucking stupid. I hate that they were writing teenage characters like that in the early like 2010s. It's just so fucking stupid and annoying. But yeah, her character adds nothing to the fucking film. I mean, they kind of try to give her a little bit towards the like middle slash end of the movie, but it just a little too fucking late. Like, yeah, she adds nothing to this fucking film. And speaking of the second half of this film, the second half of this film is where like it kind of like starts to pick up, and we start to see the ghosts like show themselves a little bit more, and they're a little bit more present. They start pulling all their like hilarious fucking pranks to the family. Again, the scares in this movie are 0 to none. I don't think anybody under the age of like 3 years old would find this fucking film scary, or even get a little bit of like, oh, what was that? Like, this film is just, it's just so bland, generic, it's so fucking boring. I mean, this film is so fucking boring that as I was reviewing this fucking film, I started to fucking draw on a scratch sheet of fucking paper. Like, I literally started to fucking draw, and this is what I drew. That's how boring this fucking film was, that I drew a fucking drawing that says, this movie is fucking boring. Like, Jesus fucking Christ, I wanted this movie to end so fucking badly. I felt like hours and minutes of my life just like passing by as I was watching this fucking movie. But yeah, again, going back to the second half of this movie, I mean, it is your straight up haunted house fucking movie. The second half, I mean, they bring in the cliche ghost team to cleanse the house. They bring in this guy who's played by this actor. I think his name's Jared Harris, and he plays this reality TV show star who's like a ghost hunter and stuff like that. It's pretty much copying the Insidious films, where they call in like that ghost hunting team to like cleanse the house or whatever. And speaking of copying things, I want to say that this film fucking copied Stranger Things. I know that this came out like a couple months to a year before Stranger Things, but I fucking just have a gut feeling that director Gil Kenan, or Kinnanen, whatever fucking his bullshit name is, got a hold of like an early copy of like Stranger Things season 1 and saw like what the upside down looked like and was like, oh, we're doing that. Because whenever they showed like the ghost world in this movie, it looks exactly like the upside down from Stranger Things. I was just like, is that the fucking upside down? Am I watching Stranger Things now? But no, yeah, this film feels like, that's another thing. This film is not only generic, not only boring, not only bland, but it's a straight up copycat. I mean, I know it's a remake and it's copying something, but I mean, this film just copies every fucking haunted house type movie of that time. I mean, it feels like Paranormal Activity. It feels like fucking insert scary house movie here. It just feels like so generic, so bland. And I'm glad that horror films have moved out of this like kind of domain where they're kind of just like, or at least theatrical horror movies have moved out of this domain where they're kind of just like cheap to make, and they make money because they're so cheap to make, and they're just kind of shitty. Now horror movies are a little bit better. They seem to be trying a little bit more, because thank God, because shit like this, shit like the Poltergeist 2015 is downright unacceptable. I'm sorry. I know I'm going to sound like a snobby film critic right now, but holy fucking shit. Stuff like this just shouldn't be fucking made. Who does this fucking help? It doesn't help the audience. It doesn't help the actors. They just come out in a shit movie that people shit all over. It doesn't help the directors. They just directed a shit movie that people are going to shit all over. I mean, I guess they make some money, but I mean, I would think at a certain point that you would care more about your craft than the fucking money, especially if you're making something that is so subpar and so fucking bad that people like myself take the time out of their fucking day to like just shit on this fucking movie. And I feel like I've said shit a lot of times in this fucking shit fucking review. But that's fine, because that is the general vibe of this fucking movie. It's just shitty, it's boring, it's fucking bland. I mean, it adds nothing to the Poltergeist mythos, lore. I mean, a remake in its essence should be something that elaborates and makes the original premise of the film better. This film doesn't do that. This film is just interested in being a cover film. This is a cover film. This film, it really just wants to be a cover film, and the sad part of it, it seems like it's happy to do that. In summary, ghouls and gals, I mean, I could be here all day shitting on this movie. I could make a 2-hour-long video just shitting on Poltergeist 2015, but I think I'm just gonna end it right here. But I'm gonna give y'all my brief rating of this film, so let's get into that. In summary, Poltergeist 2015 is, I've said this a million times in this fucking review, it's bland, it's boring, it doesn't do what it needs to do. Everything that happens in this film just feels like a pale imitation of the original film, and I think that's thanks, or rather not thanks, in part to the film just looking so squeaky clean. This film just it was filmed on digital, I'm assuming, while the original Poltergeist film was filmed on, I'm assuming, film, because it has that gritty, kind of grimy, gross look that horror movies should have, because it adds to the atmosphere and it makes you think like, oh, I'm watching something scary, as opposed to when they film horror movies in like digital, it doesn't look scary. It doesn't feel scary because it doesn't look scary. It just looks like so squeaky clean, so polished, and horror movies shouldn't be polished. They should be dirty. They should be grimy. They should be raunchy, because again, who are we making these fucking movies for? For fucking adults. Adults like shit like this. And that's another thing that I didn't talk about in the review, but I guess I'll talk about right now. This film feels like it was aimed towards fucking kids. It really feels like if this is for like the Scooby-Doo fucking audience, the Tales from the, I wouldn't say Tales from the Crypt, because Tales from the Crypt is super fucking rated R. It's for the Tales from the fucking Are You Afraid of the Dark crowd. It's for like that kid horror crowd, and that's fine, we need stuff like this, but we need good stuff like this. This isn't good. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and give the Poltergeist 2015 a 3 out of 10. This is not a worth it watch. Do not waste your fucking time. I think half of you all out there didn't even know that this film fucking exists. I mean, I think it's better off just buried and fucking dead, like the fucking people that this film is based on. Yeah, ghouls and gals, there you have it. Poltergeist 2015, better off left dead. It's going to be a 3 out of 10. I'm Ryan.T, and I hope you enjoyed this hair-raising, wig-splitting episode of Saturday Night Horror Theater.